In a shocking turn of events in the past few days, MSNBC decided to shuffle their lineup and kick out Joy Reid, Jonathan Capehart, Ayman Moyeldin, and Katie Fang. And the replacements will be kind of unknown because once they spin off from NBC, then they won't be affiliated with NBC News. I knew this was going to happen somewhere down the line. But then there are people who are celebrating that Joy Reid was gone, and it was the line. And I just have bad, and it's gonna be bad. If she had been fired, if anyone first been fired, it'll be Ari Melber and Joe Scarborough. Joe, because they're ass kissers, because he became an ass kisser for him. A video that came out a couple hours ago. I know how I felt about it. You know how I feel about it. This dude is a total he was an inept clown, saying, "Oh, America is healing." This is from a video, one of those YouTubers that one of my buddies was watching, and I don't agree with him, and I don't, and I still don't, because here's the thing: America is not healing. We are still more divided than ever, and of course, it's always not about black and white. They made it about black and white. But this buffoon on YouTube, is lying about Zelensky, spreading misinformation and other lies while kissing up to the inept clown. I mean, this Professor Ness character is full of crap and hate. He's just in on a con to make a boatload of money. Make common sense go viral? Dude, maybe you can go viral by conning people. Just like Brian Shapiro. And Brian Shapiro is 10 times worse than this guy. Of course, this sickness is so ingrained with these MAGA clowns that pro-democracy people need to join up, stand strong, and voice their feelings to every elected person in Congress, especially to the GOP. And that tells me right there, I'm foaming at the mouth at it. I have been against con artists for months, especially since we have one in office, and especially and more recently with Brian Shapiro. And of course, Occupy Democrats are still putting him up, putting his show out there, syndicating his show for audiences, and that is pretty much the painful part of it. I respect that organization, but I do not respect them for putting a con artist, an abuser, a scammer as the face of their programming. I said publicly more often than not. I understand. I don't like to go after other liberals and other Democrats. But this is what it is. I mean, I'll be blunt with it. They need to disassociate themselves with Shapiro. Everybody ever seen a movie, A Face in the Crowd? This is Brian Shapiro. Brian Shapiro was exposed on Saturday night as a con artist and a bully and a scammer. And now it's just painful. And I get it. It's a baiting OD, Occupy Democrats. It's like a baiting place for the old folks to ask for donations. But here's Grant. But Grant Stern, the guy like I have total respect for, doesn't care. He's too busy making money off Donald Trump, off the internet clown. It's all BS and why Democrats are losing control daily. Look at it. Look what's happening in Michigan and Wisconsin and Georgia and Arizona and Nevada. Yeah, we even Joe Walsh is part is like well, it's felt like I have respect for Joe. I still do, but it's just but Brian Shapiro is a leech, just waiting for the next guy victim. Look, I'm not the guy, and look, and I said this on social media, and everybody can agree with me. I'm not the kind of person to provoke people and swat the hornet's nest. But people need to do the right thing and disassociate with him. Like Midas, and look at it. They need a different voice. Midas Touch did a pretty good job standing up to Trump at every turn. And everyone agree, and everyone could agree with that. The numbers don't lie. They beat Joe Rogan. They beat everybody to the viewerships. They know I have total respect for the guys over at Midas Touch. And they're extending their hand, extending that olive branch to Joy Reid to join that Midas Touch, to join the Midas Touch network in some form, some capacity. That's a major deal. Of course, they said okay because they want. Of course, they may not have the resources of corporate media, but their audience is now bigger than them. They don't know what their contract allows or doesn't allow, but they just wanted to put it out there because the future of independent media needs voices like us preaching to the common choir that yeah, we need a different voice. We need to be anti Donald Trump because he's an inept clown and he's still feeding off Russia. He's still feeding off of Russia propaganda. Man, everyone understood how I feel, and everyone said about it. Everyone knew how I feel. Everyone knows how I feel. I'm a big supporter of most organizations like Occupy Democrats, Midas Touch, everyone else. There are many people who can amplify the message. Brian Shapiro's not it, man. Brian Shapiro is a big fat leech. He's a scam. He's a malignant cancer to our party. We need to cut that. We need to cut that leech. We need to disassociate from this guy. This is not a left or right issue. He's conning us. He's conning people out of money. He's done. He's not gonna exploit. He's not gonna stop exploiting people. He needs to go. He really, really needs to go badly. And everyone knows how I feel. And everyone knows how I feel about. And everyone knows how I feel. People know. People will tell you how I feel if I was there. Look, Johnny in Nevada is a Republican. And as long as Brian Shapiro's is the voice, is this Democratic voice, this state is flipped red, and it will stay red. They need to and the only way we gotta stop this is to cut ties with Brian Shapiro. That's it. Brian Shapiro, of course, we need stronger voices. Look, you gotta cut ties with Shapiro, bring in different voices, like Jonathan Capehart, and let Jonathan Capehart join in, and let other people join. Let other people voice their have the voice to have a different voice. You have not, but let's just say it. They're not it. He's not it. And let's be honest. I don't have to be the Clay Travis of the left. I know Tony Michaels is labeled himself as the Rush Limbaugh of the left. I like to be the Clay Travis of the left, without the lies and the BS. And if you want to try to make me cry, to create tears, you're gonna have a hard time finding. You're gonna have a hard time finding him. You're gonna have a hard time finding me crying. Say cry more. I said, you know what? I don't cry. I'll cry when one of my family members is dead and dead and buried. Not when you make bullshit like this. And I'm proud to do this. I would say this. I will try and think about doing a 3 to 5 show to combat with Occupy Democrats and Brian Shapiro if I want to. And I think that I really like to try it, and because here's a good thing. But here's the thing. Based on it, stay happy, stay healthy, be a good human being. That's all you need. One last thing out of my line. Is it true Brian Shapiro just purchased the Knicks basketball team? No, not actually. That because they're still owned by Jimmy Dolan. So that's a dumb comment, right? That's a dumb comment on one of my videos right there. And I'll say this: if you're a scam artist, don't even try to promote your product. I'll be back next time, I'll be back later at 5, and I'm back later at 3 p.m. Stay happy, everybody. Stay healthy. See you next time.